What up? This is Rama Screen, and in the anticipation of Big Shot, which premieres April 16 on Disney Plus, I'm here talking with one of the stars of this new series, Richard Robichaux. How are you, Richard?
Hey, I'm so good. Thanks for doing this.
Oh, awesome. Thank you for taking the time. Congratulations on the show. Um, as I understand it, you teach MFA acting program at UCSD. Was that helped you land this gig? In other words, how did you get on board this project?
It's so funny you say that because our show takes place in La Jolla, and
Hmm.
I teach at a school in La Jolla, and then in real life I teach at a school in La Jolla. So in many ways, it's sort of the most expensive acting technique you've ever heard of. Where you go, oh, let me move my family and buy a house where I'm going to do a TV show. No, it was all so random. I've always taught and acted at the same time, and that's part of the reason why I can run a program the way I run it. But then this project came up, and it was just coincidence that it was shot, that it was meant to be in La Jolla, and that I'm in La Jolla. But we shoot in LA, so it's not like it's down the street from me. But yeah, it was kind of just a random coincidence.
Awesome, awesome. Big Shot is a story about a temperamental college basketball coach played by John Stamos, who got fired from his job and then must take a teaching slash coaching job at a private all girls high school. Um, I recently had the opportunity to screen the first three episodes, so I did get to see your appearance as George Pappas. But for my fans at home, could you explain to us what your character George is about?
Sure, George. I'm the school counselor. So like I tell my family, I'm not a therapist, but I play one on TV. So whenever I try to give them advice, um, I'm the school counselor. And John's character, who has some anger issues, part of his requirement to teach at our school is that he has to do some anger management counseling with me.
Mm.
And that is, and there comes the odd couple pairing.
Is it fair to say that George is an antagonist, or is he just simply misunderstood?
I think George is an antagonist. I mean, and
Mm.
I think George does not want him here. I don't feel like if he was thrown out of a college where he was teaching adult men, then why on earth would I have him here at our high school with these high school students? So yeah, so I'm a little frustrated that the administration would allow someone who I deem as dangerous
Mm.
around the students. And so he has to overcome, in many ways, John's character has only had to win basketball games, but now he has to win over me.
he's a he's a fascinating character, isn't he? Because I like to think that whether or not we want to admit it, we do have a little bit of a George Papas in all of us, where sometimes we immediately feel wary of new people coming in, like Marvin Korn, who stirs the waters. Wouldn't you agree?
Yeah, I think, Rama, that's a great description. And I do think we especially feel this at work. I mean, here he is. He comes in and he's a millionaire. He's got the shiny suit. He's got the shiny watch. We all know John Stamos has the shiny hair. I don't have shiny hair. I don't have the shiny watch. I don't have all these things. And I do think George is a little concerned that maybe the students of Westbrook might find a new confidant in Marvin rather than me, their counselor. So it's a bit of old school territory.
I'm sure you've gotten this question 1,000 times, but I'm going to ask you this anyway. What's it like working with John Stamos, specifically the fact that this is not Uncle Jesse John Stamos?
Yeah, I think I never tire of this question, and I'll tell you why.
Mm.
Because John Stamos has exceeded my already high expectations. I
Hmm.
mean, I had heard from my team and from others that were excited about that it was going to be John because they said, "Oh, he's so great to work with. He has such a great reputation." And I think, and I've been an audience member so long watching John that I had an idea of his persona, which is he's nice, he's funny, he's handsome, he's cool but friendly, and that's all true. I mean, it's all been true. The thing that I didn't expect was that he would be so generous with his time and with all of us. And during COVID, he was sending us texts, he was sending us messages, checking in on us.
Oh.
He's just, I mean, he leads the show for a reason because he's a leader.
As I'm winding down, since we both know that it's a tough world out there for actors, it's even tougher now during this global pandemic. So when you're teaching your students about this artistry, what is the most fundamental, the most important, the most crucial lesson or wisdom that you bestow on them to help them prepare for this dog eat dog business?
You're so right, and there are so many things I could tell them that their parents have already told them, and society has already told them that this is a tough business. Really, I think my job is to tell them that it's possible. Is to say, hey, people do it all the time. Turn on your TV. There's people doing it all the time. It's possible, and then I get to be a living example of that possibility because I'm teaching one day, and the next day I'm on set. That is the greatest joy for me, is because they get to look at me and go, oh my God, it's possible.
And finally, as I said earlier, I've seen the first 3 episodes. I can't wait to watch the entire season of Big Shot.
Oh, thanks.
But make your final pitch. Why should my fans go check out Big Shot? And more importantly, what do you hope the audiences will take away from the humbling of Marvin Korn?
Well, I think what's happening is there is a humbling of Marvin Korn, but I think the audience will take back that we should, and I hope we are, a world of second chances, and that Marvin gets his second chance, and George gets his second chance to make a first impression on Marvin. And so who knows what will happen. And I think the young women who are the basketball players in this show, they're seeking a second chance, because we forget they lost their coach.
Mhm.
And so now they've got a new coach. And I really think it's about second chances. And we could all use one of those.
For my fans at home, everybody go check out Big Shot, premiering April 16 on Disney Plus. Richard, thank you for talking to me, and congratulations.
Oh, Rama, thank you so much. It's so great to meet you.